Hello and welcome to another episode of Health Smarts for Wise Women. This is Wendy Demerick. I'm a qualified and experienced health practitioner in providing natural solutions for women and their family. So what I'd like to bring up to the plate today is about your brain. And what is happy brain? So happy brain's just a term that I have coined myself after seeing so many people over the decades. And I'll go into just a couple of things that you can know about happy brain in this episode of just a few minutes. So first of all, I'll just tell you that at the end of this short episode, there'll be a little bit of information about a free event for midlife women. So I'll keep that to the end. So what is happy brain? So to my way of seeing it, when I'm seeing my clients and in my own experience, it's when our thinking's clear, when our concentration's good, when we're not feeling wired or tired, when we're not feeling anxious, and when we feel, a clarity that doesn't actually come if you've got a highly stressed brain. So one of the most common things that people say when we get a week or two into their health mastery program and start just making some simple changes, and often we might start with some dietary and lifestyle changes. Most common feedback I get is, I can't believe it, I didn't realise that I really didn't feel well until I started to feel better. And one of the first things that they say is, I can't believe it, I'm thinking much more clearly, I'm much more productive at work, and I've got energy left over at the end of the day and my brain doesn't feel like it's about to explode. So that's only after a week or two. That's how important it is to nourish your brain with the right things, the right type of diet, the right type of lifestyle, appropriate natural therapies, and it is different for every person. But one of the things I'd like to leave you with today is the effect of stress on the brain. Now, we can't avoid living without having stress. In fact, if we didn't have what we call stress, then we wouldn't be able to get out of bed in the morning. So we need to have some stress in our life, otherwise we just become like zombies. But when we have sustained stress and we don't have in place some vital programming to deal with it very well, it can hugely affect not just the rest of our body, but it can hugely affect the way our brain functions. And not only that, it can result in neurotoxins in it. And so that's nerve toxins, and can affect us for quite a long time. And so what's really important is to make sure that you're putting in place some steps to manage whatever stresses are happening in your life. And these can be very simple. For example, when people are under stress, they often reach for sugars and starches, probably about the worst things for your brain. So you might like to change your diet a bit. And in my books and in the Thrive programs on the online courses, which I'll put the links to here, we go through this quite a bit because it's absolutely fundamental. Because what are we without a brain? What is our experience without good brain function? It becomes an experience of endurance rather than enjoyment. And so how do you know when your brain isn't working optimally? And that can be because you might have a minor brain injury and you might not even know it. Or you might have sustained stress, not enough sleep. All of those things affect your brain function and lots more. But just look for some really important first little signs. And, one can be your memory's not so good. It's not just an old fart thing, Memory can be affected at any age. And I've seen it a lot when I'm working with young people going through exam stress and so on. Concentration can go down the gurgler a bit. Just those two things, if you're starting to feel that, think, oh, I think I better look into this a bit. It can really actually affect your sleep when your brain's not working as optimally and not happy, and can be affected by sleep. Your mood can be affected. So if you're just not feeling yourself and you're not feeling in love with life, there could be some vital things that's going on that's affecting your brain function that then often go on to affect the rest of your body. So I've actually put a link to an article that I did on my LinkedIn page some time ago about losing your marbles. So you might like to have a look at that article, because that's got some, really valuable tips that have helped a lot of people over time. So have a look at that article. And now I'll just tell you quickly about a free online event that's happening on this page, on the Thrive Through Menopause page, at 7 o'clock on Wednesday evening. So that's 7 o'clock Sydney time. And it's specifically for midnight life women who are approaching the menopause or going through it. And we're looking at the fact that it's not just about hormones. And we're going to look at 3 must-dos in order to start to conquer midlife mayhem. Okay, so leave your comments here. I'd love to know what your experience of your brain health is and when you know that it's starting to go awry and what you've done to help yourself. Okay, I'll see you on the inside. This is Wendy Demerick signing off from Health Smarts for Wise Women for another episode. Goodbye.